Imagine waking up to a headline. NASA admits, the Earth is not round, it's flat. Suddenly everything you thought you knew is up for grabs. What if every photo from space, every science class was part of a cosmic cover-up? Today let's suspend disbelief and dive into a world where the Earth is flat. How would our lives change? What would science look like? Forget what you know. This is a reality overhaul. We'll break down the anti-science of a flat Earth, from gravity to pizza delivery. Buckle up, this is going to be one wild, mind-bending ride. Imagine a world where everything you thought you knew about the shape of our planet is wrong. A world where gravity doesn't quite work the way you expect, and the very notion of down is relative. In the flat Earth model, our planet isn't a sphere hurtling through space but a giant disk. Think cosmic pizza. A delicious, albeit geographically challenged cosmic pizza. Forget everything you've learned about the Earth being round, we're diving headfirst into a world where the Earth is as flat as your favorite pepperoni pie. The North Pole sits at the center, the undisputed navel of our planetary pizza. It's the point from which all directions and distances are measured, the heart of this flattened world, with continents and oceans radiating outward like toppings carefully arranged on our cosmic pizza. Each landmass stretches and curves in ways that might seem familiar yet subtly distorted, a testament to this unconventional geography. Antarctica? Not a continent, as we've been led to believe, but a massive ice wall encircling the edge, a colossal barrier of ice that stretches as far as the eye can see, a frozen sentinel guarding the perimeter of our flat world. This isn't just a cold place, it's the very edge of existence as we know it, keeping everything and everyone in. It's the ultimate border control, a natural fortress ensuring that nothing escapes the confines of the disk. Imagine the sheer scale of this icy barricade, a testament to the bizarre physics of this flat world. Travel would be bizarre. Forget the familiar routes and distances you're accustomed to. Flying from South America to Australia? Prepare for a detour. You'd arc around the North Pole, not cross the Pacific. Your journey would become a vast, sweeping curve around the center of the disk, a testament to the strange geometry of this flat world. The shortest distance between 2 points is no longer a straight line but a carefully calculated arc. Directions get weird, the very concept of navigation takes on a whole new meaning. South just means away from the center, a constant outward trajectory from the North Pole. It's not a fixed point on a globe but a relative direction, a perpetual journey away from the heart of the disk. And circumnavigation is just circling the disk. Instead of traversing the globe, you're simply walking in a giant circle, tracing the circumference of our planetary pizza. It's a never-ending loop, a constant reminder of the finite nature of this flat world. The ice wall is the ultimate barrier, the final frontier, the point of no return, impenetrable, guarded, and the stuff of legend. Tales of brave explorers attempting to breach the wall, only to be turned back by the unforgiving cold and the watchful eyes of those who guard its secrets. The conspiracy to hide it would require every government, a global network of deception on an unprecedented scale. Pilot and scientist to play along, all complicit in maintaining the illusion of a spherical Earth. The sheer number of people involved makes the conspiracy seem almost impossible, yet the belief persists. Compasses still point north, a reliable constant in this world of geographical uncertainty. But south is a direction, not a destination. It's a perpetual journey away from the center, a constant reminder of the limitations of this flat world. Try to go too far? You'd hit the wall, the unyielding barrier that marks the edge of our flat world. No falling off, just a cold, abrupt stop. A harsh reminder of the physical limits of this disc-shaped reality. The world becomes a contained, claustrophobic terrarium, a limited space where exploration is ultimately futile. The phrase ends of the Earth suddenly gets very literal. There's no metaphorical end. There's just the ice wall, the physical boundary of our flat world. It's a world of dead ends, wild conspiracies where every question leads to another, even more perplexing mystery. And a geography that makes no sense. A cartographer's nightmare. A place where the familiar rules of space and distance are turned upside down. Welcome to Discworld, a place of wonder, absurdity, and endless debate, where the map is flat, and the mysteries are endless. A world where the only limit is the ice wall, and the only certainty is the constant questioning of everything we think we know. Imagine a world shaped like a flat disk, a concept that challenges everything we know about our planet. On a flat disk, the familiar force we call gravity. Gravity as we know it simply breaks down. The physics that governs our everyday lives, the reason apples fall from trees and we stay firmly planted on the ground, would cease to exist in its current form. It presents a real problem for the flat earthers. If gravity worked like on a sphere, pulling everything towards the center, on a flat disk, everything would be pulled toward the center of the disk, which according to their model, is the North Pole. Imagine the chaos. Imagine living life on a slant. Buildings would be tilted, trees would grow at an angle, and walking would be a constant uphill struggle the further you got from the North Pole. It's a rather comical image, isn't it? To fix this rather glaring problem, flat Earth theory ditches gravity altogether, replacing it with a concept they call universal acceleration. It's a rather creative solution, I must admit. The whole disk rockets upward, constantly accelerating through space. Think of it as a perpetual launch, a never-ending journey into the unknown. And just how fast is this disk accelerating? According to the theory, it's at a rate of 9.8 meters per second squared. That's the same rate at which objects fall to the Earth due to gravity, or what be gravity. So, gravity isn't pulling you down, it's not the force we've come to understand and rely on. Instead, the ground is pushing up into you, constantly accelerating to meet you. It's a subtle but significant difference in perspective. It's like a never-ending elevator ride, but instead of stopping at different floors, you're constantly ascending. But what's powering this cosmic rocket? What force is driving this constant acceleration of the entire flat Earth? Well, no one knows. The theory conveniently glosses over the source of this immense power. It's a bit of a mystery, to say the least. And here's another thought. If we've been accelerating forever, constantly gaining speed, we'd be moving faster than the speed of light by now, which is, of course, impossible according to our current understanding of physics. Einstein would be rolling in his grave. His theories of relativity would be completely shattered. The energy needed to sustain this constant acceleration is unimaginable, far beyond anything we can comprehend. And what happens if the engine ever stopped? What if the force driving this acceleration suddenly disappeared? Well, we'd all float away, experiencing true weightlessness as the upward force vanished. Even the atmosphere would have to be dragged along with the disk, somehow maintaining its position relative to the accelerating surface. How? No answer. The theory provides no explanation for this critical detail. Rain, wind, the very basics of our weather system, and every natural phenomenon we observe on Earth would be drastically different, if not impossible, under constant acceleration. They become unsolvable puzzles, defying any logical explanation within the framework of this model. Living on a rocket-powered disk, constantly accelerating through the cosmos, is a sci-fi fever dream, a fantastical concept better suited for a movie than a serious scientific discussion. It's certainly not a scientific model that holds up to scrutiny or explains the world around us. The more you look, the more you question, the more you delve into the details. The more the laws of physics unravel, revealing the inherent flaws and inconsistencies in the flat Earth theory. Flat Earth gravity, or rather the lack thereof, and the substitution with universal acceleration. It's a wild ride, a roller coaster of bizarre ideas and unsupported claims. Straight into nonsense. A dead end for anyone seeking a genuine understanding of our universe. Now let's delve into the bizarre world of flat Earth cosmology, where the sun and moon aren't the massive celestial bodies we know, but rather are reduced to the size of mere spotlights. According to this model, the sun and moon are tiny, just 32 miles wide. Imagine our life-giving sun, a miniature version of its true self. These diminutive sun and moon circle above the flat disk of Earth like spotlights in a grand, albeit misguided theatrical production. They're not distant spheres of plasma and rock, but rather localized light sources forever circling. Day and night, how do they explain this fundamental aspect of our daily lives? The sun, in its spotlight form, shines its beam on one area at a time, a concentrated pool of light dancing across the flat surface. This creates a moving patch of daylight, a perpetual chase of light and shadow as the tiny sun makes its rounds. It's a far cry from the Earth's rotation, creating a global transition from day to night. And what about the breathtaking beauty of sunrise and sunset? No real sunrise or sunset exists in this model. Instead, we only perceive the sun appearing and shrinking as it circles away, a simple matter of perspective rather than the Earth's rotation revealing and concealing the sun. Seasons? How does the flat Earth model account for the cyclical changes in temperature and daylight hours? The sun's path spirals in and out, a convoluted trajectory across the flat plane. This spiraling motion is meant to explain the seasons, changing the area it lights up and thus, the amount of warmth and daylight each region receives. Eclipses? Those awe-inspiring moments when the sun and moon align? Flat Earth theory, unable to reconcile eclipses with their model, invents invisible shadow objects to explain them. These objects conveniently block the light of the sun or moon, creating the illusion of an eclipse. Of course, there's no evidence for these shadow objects, just hand-waving and unsubstantiated claims. And what about the moon's phases and the fact that its appearance is upside down when viewed from the southern hemisphere? No explanation is offered for these readily observable phenomena. On a disc-shaped Earth, everyone, regardless of their location, would see the same sky, the same constellations, and the same celestial events, but we don't. The sky is different depending on where you are on Earth. The idea of a searchlight sun and hologram moon, while imaginative, simply can't explain the real sky's behavior, the intricate dance of celestial bodies and the predictable patterns we observe. Phenomena like crepuscular rays, those stunning beams of sunlight that stream through gaps in clouds, lunar eclipses, where the Earth's shadow casts a reddish hue upon the moon, and the consistent patterns of stars and constellations across the night sky all break the flat Earth model. The flat Earth sky is a patchwork of ad hoc fixes, desperate attempts to reconcile observations with a fundamentally flawed premise and pure fantasy. The more you test it, the more you examine its claims under the light of scientific scrutiny, the more it falls apart, revealing its inherent inconsistencies and lack of empirical support. The real universe, with its spherical Earth, orbiting planets and distant stars, is far more elegant, governed by the laws of physics and supported by centuries of observation and experimentation. It's not just a theory, but a reality, a real universe that we can explore, understand, and appreciate. Flat Earth breaks travel and technology. Flights like Sydney to Santiago, impossible on a disc. They'd take twice as long, but in reality they're direct. Every pilot and airline would have to fake routes and times, an absurd conspiracy. Satellites can't orbit a disc. GPS, satellite TV, and global internet would be impossible. Flat Earth claims GPS is run by secret ground towers, an infrastructure project bigger than the internet itself. Satellite images, weather data, and live broadcasts, all supposedly faked. Without satellites, modern life collapses. No Google Maps, no global communication, no disaster response. The scale of deception would be staggering. Millions in on the secret, with not a single credible leak. The world would grind to a halt, and every ping from your phone would be part of the lie. The flat Earth model can't support the world we live in. The technology we use every day is proof the Earth is round. The globe isn't just a theory, it's reality. If the Earth is flat, who's hiding the truth, and why? Flat Earth theory blames NASA and every space agency, claiming they fake photos, missions, and science. The conspiracy would have to include every pilot, scientist, and teacher on Earth. Millions of people, zero leaks. Motives, money, control, or just keeping us in our place. But none hold up. The evidence for around Earth is everywhere. Watch a ship sail away. It disappears bottom first, thanks to curvature. Travel south, and the stars change. Impossible on a disk. Lunar eclipses always cast a round shadow. Only a sphere can do that. You don't need NASA to see the truth. You can test it yourself. The flat Earth conspiracy requires more faith than any science. The real world is open, observable, and beautifully round. The truth is written in the stars, the seas, and the shadows. No secret society required, just a little curiosity. The flat Earth is a fun thought experiment, but it collapses under scrutiny. It's a world of wild patches and impossible conspiracies, not science. Our real spherical Earth is elegant, predictable, and lets us explore and connect. Asking what if is the heart of science, but evidence always leads us home. Keep questioning, keep imagining, and keep testing ideas against reality. So, would you believe the Earth is a pizza? Let us know what shocked you most in the comments.